Hi friends, in today's lesson, we're going to write the equation of a line if we're given the slope of that line and one of the points that falls on that line. So we want to write the linear equation for a line that has a slope of 3/2 or 3/2 and passes through the point 2, 7. In order to do this, we need two things. We need the slope of the line, which is our variable m, to substitute into slope-intercept form, and we already have that. It's given to us in this problem, 3/2. The second thing we need here is the y-intercept, or our value for b. Now, the y-intercept, if you recall, is always the y value when x equals 0. So our point here, x is not equal to 0, so this point isn't the y-intercept. And since we don't know what the y-intercept is, we're going to have to calculate it. So we're going to use our slope-intercept form. Since we already know the value for m, we're going to plug that in. But we're also going to plug in this point that was given to us, 2, 7. Because this point here is an x value and a y value that's on this line. So in my slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b, I'm going to substitute my y value, 7, make that equal to my value for the slope, which is 3/2, that's our value m, times our x value, which is 2, and plus b, because we don't know what our y-intercept is quite yet. Now we have an equation in one variable that we can solve in order to find what b equals. So I'm going to start by doing this multiplication here. 3/2 times 2. So I have 7 equals 3/2 times 2, which is 3, plus b. And now I need to isolate b. So since I have a positive 3 here that's being added to it, I'm going to do the inverse operation. So I'm going to subtract 3. And whatever I do to one side of an equation, I have to make sure I do to the other. And then completely simplify. So we have 7 minus 3, which is 4. And that equals this 3 minus 3 here that we have cancels out. And all we're left with is our variable b. So now that we've calculated the y-intercept, we can go ahead and put together our equation in slope-intercept form. So we'll go ahead and say y equals, we know what the slope is, which is 3/2. Plug in our variable x, and then add our y-intercept, plus 4. So we have our equation of the line that has a slope of 3/2 and passes through the point 2, 7.